After completing ionic bonding, the next chemical bond which we have to discuss is the covalent bond. Now, as in ionic bonding we have discussed that atoms, when they exist as a metal and non-metal, then only they can form ionic bond. In the same way, for any atom to undergo covalent bonding, the point one is there should be non-metals, means only two atoms which are non-metal can undergo covalent bonding. So unlike ionic bonding, in ionic bonding a metal and a non-metal undergo ionic bonding, whereas in case of covalent bonding only two non-metallic atoms can form covalent bond. For example, if we say can there be covalent bond between hydrogen and chlorine, then here we are observing that hydrogen is a non-metal. Similarly, chlorine is also a non-metal. So these two atoms can form covalent bond. Means covalent bond is possible in this case. But if I ask that can we have covalent bonding between magnesium and oxygen, then here magnesium it is a metal, whereas oxygen is a non-metal here. And the very first point illustrates that when two atoms are non-metal, then they can undergo covalent bonding. But here we are finding that magnesium being a metal and oxygen being a non-metal cannot form a covalent bond, rather it will form an ionic bond. So the very first point about covalent bonding is that whenever two atoms are non-metals, they can only form covalent bond. Now the second point comes that in case of ionic bonding we have discussed that there is complete transfer of electron from a metal to non-metal take place. For example, if we discuss about this magnesium and oxygen atom, then magnesium here is a metal whereas oxygen is a non-metal, so magnesium will lose electrons and oxygen will gain electron. That means complete transfer of electron will take place. But in case of covalent bonding, the two non-metal atoms undergoing covalent bonding, they undergo mutual sharing of electrons. So the second point is mutual sharing of electrons will take place between the two non-metallic atoms in case of covalent bonding. Now a question comes, what does this mutual sharing mean? So student, basically mutual sharing means both the atoms will equally, means equal number of electrons will undergo sharing by both the atoms during covalent bonding. For example, already we have taken hydrogen and chlorine. Now if we observe here, then hydrogen has an atomic number of 1, whereas the atomic number of chlorine is 17. So on writing their electronic configuration, let's write the electronic configuration of both the atoms. First let's take hydrogen. So for hydrogen it will be 1s1. Now taking chlorine, its atomic number is 17. It will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Now let's observe the configuration of both these atoms. What we are finding that in case of hydrogen, the configuration is 1s1. That means it has not achieved or it has not got a noble gas configuration. Similarly, if we talk of chlorine, here its valential configuration is 3s2 3p5. That means it has got 7 electrons in its valential. That means it has not achieved ns2 np6 configuration, which we have dealt earlier, that according to Lewis concept, every atom during bonding tries to acquire ns2 np6 configuration, that is the inert gas configuration. So here both hydrogen and chlorine during covalent bonding will try to achieve inert gas. Hydrogen will try to achieve the configuration similar to that of helium, that is 2s2, and chlorine will try to achieve the configuration of ns2 np6, that is the noble gas configuration. So let's draw the valential configuration of both the atoms. So here for hydrogen we have got nucleus at the center and it will have 1 electron in its valential. Similarly, for chlorine atom will have nucleus, then in the first K shell we will be having 2 electrons. Next to that we have got L shell that will have 8 electrons, that is 2s2 2p6, and next we have got the M shell. This is for the chlorine atom. In the K shell we shall be having 2 electrons. So in the valential of hydrogen we have got 1 electron. Let's represent the electron by this dot. Whereas in case of chlorine we have got 7 electrons in the valential, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now here already we have discussed that during covalent bonding mutual sharing of electron take place between the two non-metal atoms. So in the same way hydrogen and chlorine too will undergo mutual sharing of electrons. Now since chlorine has got 7 electrons, so to achieve ns2 np6 configuration, that is noble gas configuration, it will try to have 1 more electron. So chlorine will use one of the valence shell electron of hydrogen, completing its octet by making it 8. Similarly, hydrogen, to achieve configuration similar to that of helium, will also share one electron of chlorine. So here we are finding that hydrogen and chlorine are mutually sharing one electron with each other. That means now we can represent the covalent bond between hydrogen and atom as H. Here we have got mutual sharing of one electron, so there will be a single bond. Next we have got chlorine. Total number of electrons in the valence shell of chlorine is 7, out of which 1 is being used in the bonding in mutual sharing, while 6 electrons are not undergoing bonding. So we have to represent the 6 electrons like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, in case of covalent bonding, non-metal atoms undergo mutual sharing of electrons, and the number of bonds between the two non-metallic atoms after covalent bonding will be equal to the number of electrons utilized during mutual sharing. Now let's switch over to another example. Let's discuss the covalent bond between two oxygen atoms. Now as we know that the atomic number of oxygen is 8, so the configuration of oxygen will be 1s2, 2s2 and 2p4. Now observing the valence shell configuration of oxygen, we are finding that it is 2s2, 2p4, means total number of electron in its valence shell is 6. Means it has not attained ns2 np6 configuration, that is noble gas configuration. So let us represent oxygen atom using its valence shell electron. So in the first oxygen we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 electrons are present in the valence shell of first oxygen atom. Similarly, in the second oxygen atom, again it has got 6 electrons. So let us represent the 6 electron as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now to attain ns2 np6 configuration, that is 6 plus 2, 8 electrons, both these oxygen atoms require 2 more electrons. So the very first oxygen atom will use the 2 electron of the another oxygen atom, whereas the second O will also use the 2 electrons of the first O atom. That means here we are finding that both these oxygen atoms are mutually sharing 2 electrons with each other. That means we can represent the bond between the two atoms as O double bond O. Why we are using here a double bond? Because here we are finding that 2 electrons are undergoing mutual sharing, so it has to be represented by double bond. Rest the electrons will be represented as, here we have got 4 electrons with this oxygen atom which is not participating in the bonding, so it will be represented as this. Similarly, the 4 electrons of this oxygen atom also is not undergoing bonding, so it will be left unbonded. So this is the thing which happens in case of covalent bonding. That means during covalent bonding, two non-metallic atoms will undergo mutual sharing of electrons. Why they undergo mutual sharing? Such that they could easily achieve the ns2 np6 configuration, that is the noble gas configuration, and hence they can get themselves stabilized.